good evening from wherever you are. I salute you. Okay, today we're going to discuss premium package we have for Live Abroad and scholarship. So I want you to accompany me here. I hope you are going to have a good time, and I promise it's going to be a good time. We'll discuss so many things about scholarship, live abroad, um, ways of doing it, especially when it comes to preparation, the prep side of um, of the journey. Yes. So many people are not able to really make it because of disqualification right from University of Algorithm flagging their SOP, the visa of immigration officers flagging their application because it's faulty in one way or the other. So today I believe that by the time we are through with this, and when you give us the opportunity to work with you understand? Yes, if you give us opportunity to work with you, I'm sure we'll be able to get it right for you. No matter the GPA you have, so far you have a good industrial experience. So far you have good industrial experience, we'll be able to pivot whatever you have and make up for what is lacking in your documents. So we'll gradually go through it and you understand. So I want to know where you're tuning in from. Yes, I want you to leave it in the comments. Comment where you are tuning in from. Yeah, I'm interested in knowing where you're tuning from. Yes, so that I will know my community and my community will know me. Right? So we are on to premium live abroad and scholarship package, premium live abroad and scholarship package. And we have limited slots for this package. It's not like we're going to take the whole world. Of course, we can't work with the whole world. Even the universities, after some time, yes, after a period of time, they pack up, they wait for next year. Yes. So um for schools that run throughout the year, we also have our people fixed in. So we do school matching, we do we optimize your CV and edit your SOP. We arrange your visa documents and make sure you are in order. You understand, before you go for any interview. So people that have worked with us, they get one attempt victory, and they get everything they want, the admission letter, their visas. This is because we sit down and evaluate all their documents. It's not like a pursuit job, it's an end to end. Yes, it's an end to end support. What we start with your university submissions up to your visa submissions. So our package is end to end. We have people specialized in different areas that work with you, and all you need to do is just give us your GPA, or you submit your GPA, your target country, and all the documents we'll ask you to submit for us. And you are there to work with us. We ask you this, you answer us, and I tell you, we get everything fixed, and you'll be on your way to your school abroad. So this is a premium live abroad and scholarship package. Yes. In time past and even now and always, people have come to us with so many problems. They tell us this is what I have. I don't think I can ever get scholarship. Or maybe before they came to us, they must have met one or two local agents. You understand? Who must have told them that you can't have direct access. You can't have a direct access to postgraduate school. Your GPA is not up to the mark. You understand? So sometimes if they check their finances and they are not ready, they drop the idea, they forget about their dream. But it's not so with us. Whatever you have, we'll be able to go around it, walk around it, find out what we can do to help you. You understand? We can find schools that will suit you. We'll find opportunities that will suit you. There are plenty of opportunities. You understand? There are some scholarships that are more interested in your work metrics, in your work value metrics. Yes, they are more interested in that. They view you as a ready candidate for research. And most of these MBA, EMBA, they are more interested in research. So if you give them something like your workplace value metrics, you understand, and you have something good in grade without experience in industrial area, of course they are going to allow you, they are going to give you an opportunity. Yes, they are going to give you opportunity. I'm talking about scholarships like Erasmus. I'm talking about scholarships like Chevening. All these EU scholarships. They're interested in your work value, in your workplace value metrics. Yes, they are more interested in that. The scholarship is tending towards that direction more than your school grades. Yes, because you're, as I said before, you're a ready candidate for research. Yes, you are ready to dive into research, and the MBA is research based, mostly research based. So instead of you sitting at home and deciding you are not fit for this, you are not fit for that, why don't you give us a call, even to evaluate your documents? We can evaluate for you. You understand? But our package is always end to end, because if you get admission, you have admission in your hand, and you don't have a visa, where are you going to? You've flopped the whole process. So what we do is that if we make sure you have your admission letter and you have your visa, you understand, we are going to evaluate and optimize your entire package. You understand? We are going to optimize your entire package. We evaluate it and see what is lacking and what is there, and how we can work around what is not up to what we need. So you are welcome to this program, and I believe that we'll do well. Have a good evening, and a good and a wonderful time together. It's evening in my side. I don't know if it's morning in your side, or whatever the weather is, you are welcome. So are you planning to travel abroad? You can send me your GPA and your target country. We'll be able to tell you if you can get a fully funded scholarship. There's so many ways we can work around it and get you what you will serve you well. Yes, and it is a fact that our package has a limited slot, so is right if uh you can contact us now so that somebody gets back to you. Yes, first come, first serve. Yes, but we have many people on ground um who want to yeah, work with you, and is uh, um, a guide from a guide that is end to end package. Yes. So come on, give us a shout out there, and somebody will get back to you immediately. Even while we are still here, we are on screen, somebody will get back to you. Yes. So I don't want you to go about throwing away application fees here and there. Yeah, you pay 10 schools application fees, and at the end of the day, you can't get one reasonable, yeah, admission. Yes, we don't want you to go through that. Instead of throwing away all that time and trying to assume something at home, and you risk a permanent visa refusal somewhere somehow because of a mistake that is avoidable. You understand? Give us the opportunity to work with you. Give us the opportunity to evaluate your documents. The documents you bring to table, that's what we're going to work with. You understand? When we work with it, we'll be able to get you something reasonable. Yes. There are lots of hidden traps that we find in these applications. Oh yeah, over time we have seen a lot of hidden traps that people step into. Like when someone is looking for scholarship, they do go to individual universities first instead of looking for the institutions, yes, that are funding those scholarship. The government or institutional umbrellas that are funding them. You understand? So that's where you get the real information, get all your information. But some people run to the school. You run to school, but the school is not the one funding it. The school is not the one. But yeah, they may showcase it in their portals. You understand? But that doesn't mean they are the ones handling it. So instead of looking in the wrong places, you have someone that will look in the right places for you. Get the scholarships, you get the scholarships for you. So sorry about that. That was network glitch. So let's continue. So there are a lot of pitfalls that people meet when they're applying for scholarship abroad and or schools abroad. So they first of all start looking for these individual universities with everything. So they they start looking for individual universities instead of looking for the institution or government that's umbrellas all this stuff or funds them. You understand? There are some scholarships like, but don't put me because you have to make sure that you are working with the deadline. There are some scholarships on there on the portals. So we'll find out when we find see your documents, we'll be able to align you with the right ones that you need. So there are hidden compliance traps with visas too. You know, some people go and dump a massive amount of money, you know, in their bank accounts, and a few days they are going to print statement of accounts. is going to trigger instant refusal. It looks like a borrowed money. Nobody, no immigration officer is going to attend to you on that. Is under unexplained season money. Yes, it's under unexplained season money. So it's not going to work at all because there's no history how that money came into the account. You understand? There's no bank history. It's just a large sum dumped, and 5 days later you are printing. And it's not only that you're going to print. A UK has a holding rule. It has a holding rule for some time. That money has to sit in the account before it passes their test. Some other countries are 3 to 6 months. You understand? That money that you're going to print in your statement of account will have to sit down for some time. It's called season money, and is going to, the amount of money there is supposed to handle any kind of fluctuation with forex. You understand? So all these things are what the loopholes where people get hooked. You understand? But we have specially trained staffs that that can handle all the stuffs. You understand? They can really, really handle all the stuffs. They know when they see a pit hole you are going to enter, they will handle it immediately so that you wouldn't have problems. Yes. There also the case of depositing minimum amount required in local currency. Forex is going to affect it. You still go to deposit minimum amounts. Yes, sometimes is maybe a case of inadequate funds. You understand? So you go ahead and deposit minimum amount required. So when forex comes, it starts fluctuating. It has violated the holding rule. You understand? It has violated holding rule for money in your account. That one has flagged the application for instant refusal. You understand it? So um also, if you are using a distant acquaintance, for or a corporate company name as a financial sponsor, all these things without fully backed and without being arranged well is going to flag your application. Yes, it's going to flag your application. So when it also comes to ATS friendly resume, academic resume, um, ATS is used to single column, but most times people do their CV like a graphic design project. They put a lot of icons. Yeah, there's nothing bad with having a CV look so beautiful. People will even put their face, put their images. Is okay, but it's not working. Especially with ATS, it is not working. You understand? It will flag all those things as a scrambled text. It's going to scrub it, and it will not even pass the ATS. Not to talk of getting to uh, a human or HR some person to handle it. So it's all the holes that we handle. Yes. Once we see a CV like that, we know we tell you that this CV needs optimization. Yes, we are going to clear out all those things that's going to get it flagged in ATS system. Yes. So I've told you about a lot of icons inside the 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 CV. Some people, when they want to write email, they'll go to elements on Canva and start looking for an icon. Yeah, I did that too, but I found that it doesn't work. So I'm telling you, it's not going to work. And if you're presenting a CV like that, it's going to get flagged. You got me? It's going to get what? Flagged. So without uh, we informing you, or without we helping you out in this, you find out that your 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 CV gets flagged, and you'll be wondering what happened. You understand? You will be innocently wondering what happened. Nothing happened. It's just that you didn't know, and the system flags your application because it's not in order. It's not a human that starts handling your CV. It goes through the ATS. Thousands of applications there is. You are not the only one applying. Thousands of people from different countries are applying for that same opportunity. And the ATS helps to clear out your own so that other people's own can be seen. You understand what is happening now? So we help you to remove all those problems that will stop you from moving. I know some of you may have tried so many times in the past without getting a result. It's not that you can't get a result. It's not that it won't work. You need someone that knows the way around it. If you need someone that knows the way around it, the person will really direct you, and you get the best out of the situation. So if you're just joining us, welcome to premium package, live abroad, and scholarship. We have limited slots, and we want you to come work with us so that we can arrange you for your scholarship, for your live abroad packages. You understand? So it's not it's most times it looks like a mountainous walk, but it's something we do, is our playground. You understand? You might not know one or two things, or you might make one or two mistakes and get your some people land themselves permanent visa refusal. You understand? So you don't need to go through that yourself. You don't need to do that work. You look for someone that is specialized in what in what they do. You understand? They help you pass through. We are like your door. You understand? Instead of meeting walls here and there, we are like your door to exit this preparatory stage. You understand? Because we will make sure that you don't enter into all these pit holes. So let's continue. So we just covered the document optimization now. Yes, we covered it right now. If you've been listening to us, if you have not been listening to us, okay, maybe when I keep on explaining, I'll run over one or two things so that you understand why you need a specialized help. Some people will tell you don't need help, you can do it. And if you are going to do it, make sure that your document has to be optimized in these ways. You understand? Make sure that more than like I've said here, you will be able to handle it. If you cannot handle it, I suggest that you look for help, and we are here for you. That is what we do. Yeah, we'll give you the opportunity to enjoy first class services from our company. Yes, there are so many people that can help you. It's not like you send in mail, it will take days. Immediately you are sending mail, we are attending to you immediately. Yes, because we are at universities work with deadlines, scholarship work with deadlines. Everything we are working with has deadlines. So it's like a speed race. Once we have your documents, we'll start working immediately. You understand? We'll start working immediately. So that's why we want you to give us a shout out there. Submit your documents submit your documents to us and we get to work immediately. Yeah, I know this looks like a mountain of work for you. The way I'm explaining it, you'll be wondering, can I do all this? You don't need to do it. We offer end-to-end support services. Yes, we offer end-to-end support services. We do the heavy lifting, and we do the heavy lifting for you from profile evaluation to visa prep, from profile evaluation to visa prep. You understand? So comment flight in the comment section, and we'll get back to you. We send you a link. We send you a link that can help you submit your documents to us, and we start working with you immediately. Yes, it's an end-to-end package, support package. Yes. Yeah, for your information, I said before that we have limited slots on our hand. Yes, it's not like, yes, the universities and scholarships we are working with have limited slots. So it affects us relatively. So, yes, yeah, it's not, yeah, except schools that are around the year that have intakes around the year. So those ones are a different package on its level with its own criteria and the guidelines. So that one is different from what we are generally speaking today. So we've had so many case studies yeah, I'm going to bring out right now. That's some of them have written us reviews on our website. Yeah, they're happy to have worked with us. You understand? Especially people that have already given up on their dreams or have spent a lot of money on application fees or have encountered one problem or the other. You understand? Wrong information from local agents. You understand? So they kind of come to us, and we we instruct them. We help them on how to get the right documents, on how to optimize their their CVs, their SOPs, all kinds of documents they'll be needing. We make sure that they have everything. You understand? So let me share some case studies with you. That's what I've been trying to, find out. So that you will see some of these problems. You know, it's not that they don't have solution. It's solvable. It's something that could be solved. You understand? So it's not like a big deal that it can be helped. So we had a case with Amara from Nigeria. She had a second class lower of 2.2 in her undergraduate degree. Yes, but she possessed 3 years of experience in data operations and performance marketing. She had 3 years experience. So we were able to work with her. Um, she has already assumed that these European universities would automatically reject her. That was her assumption. She was like, I don't think I can get this, I can get that. So we told her, okay, let us first of all walk around what you have. Yes, when we walk around what you have, we'll be able to get you this and that opportunity. See if you can click for one or two opportunities. She said, okay, she trusts us and let's do it. So we started evaluating her documents. We started evaluating her documents, and uh yeah, for a fact, her academic transcript didn't meet the baseline. Yes, it didn't meet the baseline of 3.5 or 4.0 GPA requirement for standard merit scholarship. You understand? For yes, he didn't get it. You understand? So, but that's not a problem. Yes, she that was what she assumed, and of a sure it was a problem. Yes, it was a problem, but okay. So let's see what we did with her. We overhauled her resume into impact first single column 8 years layout. That was her CV. You understand? Yeah, her resume. We overhauled it first because she came with graphic design. He'll be saying, "Ngozi, what have you with graphic design CV?" Yes, my problem is that we are AI era. Yes, AI era. And AI is who doesn't recognize that to dictate it as a scrambled text. So that's why I have problem with graphic design. So CV. So it's supposed to be a single layout CV without icons, without images and all that. Just a single layout. So we overhauled the CV first into an impact first single column ATS layout. That was what we did, and that was the first step. Then the second step is that we started framing her daily workplace tasks to scalable assets management. Yes, we started arranging, optimizing the CV after overhauling it. So we rewrote her statement of purpose using grit and growth framework. Yes, we explained her early undergraduate grades as a learning curve while proving her current technical mastery using data-driven workplace milestones. You know, so the her workplace milestones came into play because we needed something that will balance her her 2.2 in her undergraduate degree. We needed something that will balance it. So she had those 3 years experience. So that was how we used that. We started scaling her workplace, value metrics. We started scaling it, and it was able to balance for her grades. So that was what we did. So at the end of the day, she was able to secure admission and a fully funded 1,400 euro per month on Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Scholarship in Europe. Yes, she was able to get that. Yes, a joint master's scholarship in Europe. She got it. Yes, she was so happy when she got her meals. Yes, she was crazy. She was like, so this is possible. Yes, you don't just sit down and assume. Yes, there are lots and lots of opportunities, lots of pathways there. You know, just like all countries have pathways. This is how scholarship, uh, MBA, all those things, they have different pathways. So we find out what suits who. You understand? What suits you, and we're able to fly. So if any of the scenarios sound like your current situation, if you're confused about your proof of funds, struggling with a tutu, you don't know how to format your CV. Yes, and uh, instead of risking a permanent visa refusal, so why don't you give us a shout out? Why don't you reach out? You understand? So that we can help you to evaluate, package, and optimize all these documents. Yes. Yeah. I want you to be like the so many people we have helped. Yes. You'll be like so many people we have helped. Yes. They were able to get everything they wanted. Yes. So let us answer two questions before we continue. We answer two questions from our people, then we'll continue with the case studies. Yes, why I'm explaining how we worked with them, you'll be able to understand, what we do for you, what we can do for you. You understand? So let's answer the first question. Can I apply for these fully funded global scholarships? Can I apply for these fully funded global scholarships if I have an HND or second class lower? Yes, absolutely. But you gotta listen to the end. Hmm? Yes, absolutely. You can apply. Okay. So because programs like Chevening, that's scholarship, they prioritize professional impact. They prioritize professional impacts, um, leadership potentials, and work history over a perfect GPA. You understand? So I'll be glad if you have um, a professional history that will take care of that too. Yes, I'll be glad if you have it. We can find out from your workplace, your professional impact, your leadership potentials, and work history. So that will be able to balance out what you are missing. You understand? So the secret is in knowing how to translate your career achievements. The secret is in knowing how to translate your career achievements into academic value metrics. Academic value metrics on your CV. That's the secret. Nothing more, nothing less. So are you getting me? So if you we can translate your career achievements into academic value metrics, you understand? That is a big plus. Yeah, we've really optimized your CV. We've really done that. Exactly. So our current package specializes in highlighting those exact career pivot points. Yes, your career pivot points. We specialize in that. Yeah, we do that very well. We'll be able to pivot your entire CV in that direction because that is what we want it to show. Yes, that is what we want it to have. You understand? So yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, the second question is rolling in. Is rolling in. So let's attend to that immediately before we continue. So the second person is asking, do I absolutely need IELTS? Do I absolutely need IELTS or TOEFL to win a worldwide scholarship? So, um, so you got to listen carefully. Not always. That is my answer. Yes, not always. But having it drastically expands your options. Not always, but if you have it, it drastically expands your options. You understand? So because many UK and the foreign universities accept an official letter from your undergraduate institution. Yes, they accept official letter. If you can get us official letter from your undergraduate institutions stating your degree was taught entirely in English, that's your MOI, medium of instruction was entirely in English. So if you can get that kind of letter, if you can get that kind of letter, of course, it can really uh, fly. You understand? But in case you are coming from a country where your MOI is in your native language, then you'll be needing IELTS. But if you can get a letter that your MOI was in English, an official letter, not just any letter, official letter from your university, your undergraduate university, that your MOI was in English, then it can fly. You don't need to bring your IELTS. Exactly. So that is second question. So let's talk about Tunde. Tunde graduated with a higher national diploma, HND, in lower credits. He was repeatedly told by local agents that he couldn't apply directly for a master's degree abroad without doing a costly 1 to 2 years pre-masters or PGD program first. So he was told that he should have to go for 1 or 2 years PGD program. So it was like, um, I have limited funds. You understand? He had a limited budget and couldn't afford to spend money on an extra transitional program. You understand? So what he needed was a direct entry route with high chance of visa success. So he came to us. We listened to his plans and we told him, if you work with us, we'll be able to help you achieve this. Yes, because we can do school matching, we can find all these things that you'll be needing. So we started working with him. So we had a strategic matching instead of traditional rigid destinations. Yeah. Instead of traditional rigid destinations, our team matched him with specific universities. We matched him with the specific universities in the United Kingdom and Germany that officially recognize a standard HND as equivalent to British bachelor's degree. Yes, we found schools like that. Yeah, yeah, there are schools that recognize HND as the equivalent of British bachelor's degree. Yes. So when we got a school like that, we were able to um, when we got a school like that, we were able to provide him. Uh, we joined it with a an a relevant industry experience. Yeah, because he had 4 years working. So we joined it with a relevant industry experience, and boom, it's made it clicks. So yeah, I must tell you that we really did overhaul his documents. We really overhauled the documents he had. We restructured the CV to place his 4 years of postgraduate professional experience at the very top, formatting formatting it to prove he already possessed the technical mastery required for advanced academic research. You understand? So it's not like we just presented his documents, we overhauled it. So this is what we do. You understand? So we overhauled his entire document, we restructured it, brought up his 4 years industry experience, put it there, optimized it, and he that presented him as ready for academic research. You understand? So this is what we do. So it's not like as ordinary as any other person would submit a document, because we know that if you submit a document like that, it's going to get flat. Yes, it's going to get flat. But if you give us the opportunity to work with you, yeah, we'll be able to arrange your documents, optimize it, and it will fly. It will make sense. It will make sense. Oh yeah, so that is the way it is. So if you have an HND, stop letting people tell you that you cannot go straight for your master's degree. The secret isn't your diploma layout. You understand? It's finding institution that will run a holistic review process where your workplace metrics, carry equal weights to a university degree. So we map out those exact skills for you. So yeah, if you're just joining us, this is a premium masterclass for Live Abroad and Scholarship Package. Yeah, we'll be able to give you everything you need, an end-to-end support package to enable you have a seamless uh, entrance or movements to your international MBA. So are you there? Yeah, our people are specialized in providing these services. We specialize a lot of people with us, well-trained staffs that will look at your documents, and at a glance they will spot out all the pitfalls that you have. Yes. Exactly. And we'll run it. So yeah, let's take 2 questions and we'll come back to the we come back to this, to the case studies again. Let's take some questions. So it's a, how early should I start preparing for my application? How early should I start preparing my application if I want to target a 2027 intake? How early? Well, the answer is you have to start 6 to 10 months ahead. Are you getting me? You start your 6 to 10 months ahead of the university deadline. Yes, 6 to 10 months, because that will help you not to not to not to run into problems that are clearly avoidable. You understand? So major global scholarships windows open around October. You know that they open around October and they close as early as January or February for courses starting later that year. You get that? So waiting until deadline month means competing for depleted funding um, pools, and then rushing critical documents like your SOP. You rush it because you're already out of time. So the best thing for you is 6 to 10 months. We've already done school matching for you. We've already started preparing your SOP. We have already started optimizing your CV, and we are looking for good scholarships that will suit you. You understand? So instead of you rushing all these things, you won't you head for depleted funding, pools. That's what you are going to head for. You head for depleted funding pools. You understand? So the best thing is to go ahead of it on time. Go ahead of it 6 to 10 months ahead of the university deadline. Yes, if you're able to go do it like this, you'll be able to overcome all these unavoidable problems. You understand? You'll be able to avoid any avoidable problems. Yes, and you have somebody that's working with you, finding out all those things. You don't have to do the heavy lifting. We are here to do the heavy lifting for you. So more questions are dropping in. Let me see. More questions are dropping in. Let me see what we can do. Okay. Okay. Can I use a family friend or a distant relative as my financial sponsor? Can I use a distant relative as my financial sponsor for my student visa? Did you get the question? Let me repeat it. Can I use a family, a friend, or a distant relative as my financial sponsor for my student visa? The answer is is a major visa trap. Yeah, it's a major visa trap because if your sponsor is not your parent, it's not your legal guardian. Yes, sorry about that. I sorry about that. Yeah, it was a network glitch, and let's continue. So, if you can use a family friend or a distant relative as your financial sponsor for your student visa, yeah, I told you that it's a major visa trap. So, if your sponsor is not a parent, your legal guardian or sponsor, so the immigration officer would question why a third party is willing to spend thousands of dollars on naira or whatever your currency is on your education. Yes, they will question it immediately. So if you must use an extended relative, you need a flawless, listen now, you have to use a flawless, legally binding sponsorship narrative. Yes, you use a flawless, legally binding sponsorship narrative. We provide these specific advisory frameworks, yes, to ensure we know what to do with you when we meet this kind of pitfall in your documents. Yes. So you don't need to worry. You don't need to be running up and down. Ah, ah, this is a lot. You don't need to do that. You just submit us your documents. We'll be able to get done one or two things for you. And we assure you that is a first try win for all our clients. Yes, because we are advanced, and we advance and um, we've been working with a lot of people, so we have had good results over the years. You understand? We have had good results over the years, so we are sure that if we work with you, you get the best results. So um let's take on the case study of one of our clients, so you continue to see how we help people out. What we just finished was answering somebody's question. You see how we arrange our things. So let's give you a case study that we work with. David from Ghana. David from Ghana received an unconditional admission letter for an MBA program in the United Kingdom. Yes, he received an unconditional admission letter for an MBA program in the United Kingdom. He had the personal funds ready. Yes, he had it ready, but he didn't understand visa compliance laws. So he planned what he planned to do was transfer a large lump sum from his uncle's corporate company account into his personal account, you know. So just 5 days before printing his bank statements. So So that would have triggered an instant visa refusal. So what we do is that we intervened immediately during his profile evaluation. We intervened immediately and halted the immediate visa booking. He was about to do his visa booking. We halted it immediately. Yeah, we halted the immediate visa booking for him because if he had gone for that visa booking, it would be an instant rejection. So we enforced the mandatory 28-day consecutive holding rule. 28 days consecutive holding rule required for the visas. We ensured the balance never dropped below the required tuition plus living fee threshold for a single day. You understand? So these are the things we did. So not just the fronts, we make sure it was sitting down. It became the season money, for without being touched, without fluctuating for 28 days. We arranged it for 28 days. He sat down in that account for 28 days before he can go and print a statement of account. You understand? Because if you had gone to print it out in that 5 days, it had triggered an instant refusal. It will look like a borrowed money. Yes, it was going to look like a borrowed money. So we refused, we halted him from doing that visa booking. So 28 days later and above, we were able to do the visa booking for him. So alongside that statement of account, we drafted a bulletproof affidavit of support, affidavit of sponsorship, and legally linked it to the corporate entity. We legally linked the corporate entity back to his primary sponsor legally with clear tax documentation. So we added 2 more documents. You understand me? We added 2 more documents to whatever we were giving to him. So the outcome is that he got approved on the first attempt with zero processing delays. No processing delays. He got um, approved immediately. So what if he had gone with 5 days later bank statements without affidavits of sponsorship, without clear tax statements, without legally linking the corporate entity back to primary sponsor. So all these things are the services we offer. You understand? We don't just give you uh, we don't just give you uh, a document. We make sure that the relevant documents, supportive documents are all there. You understand? So when the immigration officer is looking through your documents, he will find supportive documents to everything that you have. You see, that's a complete package of what we do. You understand? So I would like you to give us a shout out there and we'll get back to you. Exactly. Give us a shout out there and we get back to you. We'll help you to optimize your CV, your SOP, your visa bookings, and do school matching for you, and even choose good countries for you in case you have zero knowledge. If you have zero knowledge about all these things, you don't need to worry. You don't need to be jittery. You don't need to say, how do I start? Where do I start? This is a lot for me. You don't need all those things. We'll be able to direct you properly and you get everything that you'll be needing. Okay, so that was David. And shortly before I answer the last questions that are coming in, if we still have time. Okay, let me see if we still have time for questions that are pushing in. Yeah, I will answer you, of course. Um we are just putting it out on screen for so that people will also learn. You understand? You also hear from here, and so somebody asking me what does money mean? Okay, season money. Season money is that season money is the required proof of funds. Yes, it's the required proof of funds that has sat securely in the bank for the legally mandated period without wild fluctuations or sudden massive lump sum deposits. That's the season money. Yes, that's what is called season money. That money that you put in the bank account without fluctuations. They sit down there for the holding rule, from the 28 days consecutive holding rule, 3 to 6 months for other countries. You make sure that it is there. You understand? Nothing is happening to it. So it doesn't fluctuate because of Forex, or it's not being tampered. You understand? So UK requires 28 days, and other countries, as I told you, 3 to 6 months. So a massive deposit right before printing your statements of accounts looks like borrowed cash. You know that. So you check it yourself. It looks like a borrowed cash. So it won't look right. It won't look right for you. So um I've been able to explain a lot of pitfalls that people meet in these applications. You understand? I wouldn't want you to go spending money in a lot of application fees, trying to scout for schools by yourself, do country matching, school matching for yourself. You understand? But our specialized service and packages will really evaluate your documents. We'll find out the schools, the countries where we can get you results. You understand? When we sit down and evaluate what you brought, we'll be able to find out what and what will work for you. You understand? It's not about doing this, doing that, kind of assumptions, working in the assumption. This may work, this will not. No, we don't work like local agents. They are not used to verifying a lot of processes, a lot of pathways. You understand? But here we have a lot of staffs that verify different pathways that will work for you. We give you informations that will suit your package. You understand? So, and what you brought to the table, most times you're not able to arrange it. You are not able to arrange yourself. You are not able to position yourself. You understand? But we will position you, we'll be able to position you to attract opportunities that naturally won't be yours. Like the cases where we have had to, you understand? They ordinarily that grade wouldn't make it for scholarship. It wouldn't make it for scholarship. It's a fact. But we're able to project their industrial experience. You understand? But where it becomes a problem is the person does not have grade and doesn't have industrial experience. So there is nothing to balance what with. But if you have um, industrial experience, we'll be able to balance it, project the experience you have now as academic academic value metrics. Yes, the industrial experience you have now, we'll be able to position it, we're able to optimize it as academic value metrics. Of course, some scholarship that are based that are more guided towards experience, industrial experience, will give you opportunity immediately. Yes, it will give you an opportunity. And there are so many scholarships like that abroad. Like your EMBA, your executive MBA. You understand? They are looking into industrial experience. What experience do you have? You understand? So you are a ready candidate for their research, the academic research. You understand? So these are the packages we offer. I don't want you to risk a permanent visa refusal, and I don't want you to abandon your dreams because you cannot face the stand. Yeah, I don't want you to risk it. I don't want you to abandon your dream. Yes, I want you to continue to pursue your dream in the highest places. So when you meet all you have to do is look for people that are good, that specialized in that field. You understand? Someone that has a playing ground over that matter. They will look into it for you and solve it, and you get moving. Yeah, that's why we are here for everyone applying for scholarships to travel abroad. We are here and we believe that we'll give you the best opportunity. Yes, we give you the best opportunity, the best the best route. We're able to scout the best route for you to be able to to achieve your dreams. So yeah, it's been nice talking to you. Please reach out to us through this channel. We'll get back to you. Whatever is the problem, yeah, whatever document you have, please send it. Don't be afraid, send it. Tell us how it is. We'll be able to sit down and work out things for you. Yes, we're able to find out a solution for your problem, find the right school, find the right scholarship, find the right package your visa application so that none of these things gets flagged. Everywhere you are going, everything you are doing, you find out that it's having positive results everywhere. So because you have done your homework, you have done the right job. You understand? You have done the right job. So it um you will get results. Yes, you get results than assuming and risking a permanent visa refusal, abandoning your dreams. I don't want that to happen. Yes, I don't want that to happen. Yes. So there's a friend I had then. Um, she packaged herself for study abroad, but she hasn't. She I haven't started working with my team, you know. So when she missed out on the opportunity, it was so painful for her. So many years after that, even now, she tells me if she had had that opportunity, a lot of things would have changed for her, and I will sympathize with her. I hope you can go now. She said she will think about it. So I'm still pushing her. I've collected most of her documents. I've shown her opportunities. So she said, um, there's one more thing that's holding her, and she'll go for it. So I'm hoping that with the intakes for this year and 2027, she'll be among the people that are going. So I also want you to be among the people that will be able to travel for your MBA. Yeah, get a good opportunity uh, to study your MBA abroad and live abroad. Good scholarship, good opportunity. So thank you. It was nice talking to you. If you have any question, please feel free to drop it